anticipate a terrific matchup in this one. Hello and welcome to Mercedes-Benz Stadium, home of the Falcons here in Atlanta, Georgia. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on a team from the ACC, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. Dropping back, it's Simpson. Got it in the middle, it's Cuevas. They are on the move as they pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 28. Looking downfield on 1st down. Got his man in the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Crimson Tide comes to the line with a 1st and 10. Grab behind the line. It's Williams. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Lost a throw again. Snagged in the middle. It's Williams. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Grab behind the line, it's Williams. Oh, he didn't get there, and what a stop against an offense that's been magnificent on 3rd down. Needs it to keep this drive alive. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Alabama! They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that.
And how about the wheels for the QB? You could tell, man, he can roll, and they are going to use him. This is just the 1st drive. You see him going for the touchdown. I imagine we'll see more of that guy running the football with that kind of speed.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. They held the ball for 15 plays on that touchdown drive and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. He'll bring it out. It's Singleton. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Florida State's offense will have its 1st possession of the game. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have 2 guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off the defense. You've got 2 very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team. I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are 2 of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
The Noles come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Looking downfield, it's Castellanos. He's got him in the flat. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. They bring the punter onto the field now. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Here comes that Alabama offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Guys, let's chat about Alabama. They start the season in the top 10. Ideal position to make a run. But what do they need to avoid?
Well, I think you avoid the talks about me and where we're at, because that doesn't matter. This team's got a lot to prove. It's a very talented team, but they got to start the season off fast. That first impression makes a big deal in all these voters, Jesse.
Yeah, I think a lot of these players are hungry to prove that top 10 ranking is legit. But talking to some of their guys too, David, they actually feel like they're not ranked high enough. They actually feel disrespected being where they are, which is pretty amazing considering this is already a really great jumping point. I can't wait to see how they play today.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone. They did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
He'll sneak it and try to surge forward. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. And he dropped it, just didn't hook the thing all the way in. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Going to try to pop one on the screen.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the deep.
There he goes. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Here's the pressure. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. They'll run play action. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it first and goal. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Got his man. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
And this offense is firing on all cylinders right now. Starting the year, game one, and creating a little bit of a pad and separation at the end of this first half. But you can see why so many people are really excited about this offense this season.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Notre Dame is running away with this one today, thanks to an offense that is more than waking up the echoes. They're up 14 over UTEP. This one has actually kind of exceeded expectations. Always a memorable chapter in the book of college football.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Catch in the middle, it's Pittman. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Much of this Seminole foundation was built around great quarterback play, some legends at that position.
Some awesome guys that spread it around to elite playmakers, and it's just a great history at Florida State. They've been up and down in the recent history, but this team back in the day, man, Doak was rocking. Everybody wanted to be a Florida State Seminole.
Unloads to the wideout. Fires and picked off. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And that's That's just excellent cover. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it in the tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
The RPO, it's complete. And that completion good for a short game, but they still have some work to do to pick up the first down. Off the play fake. Here's a heat. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. It's caught. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to pass, it's Simpson. Got it! They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. Tight end now in motion. He'll do it himself. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Back to pass. Into the end zone. And he can't find his man as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity. The 8th play of the drive coming. You'd hate to settle for a field goal. It's 3rd and goal. Off play action. Oh, they're after him. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. And it's right down the boulevard. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Singleton. And the returner will be dragged down. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game. And you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
They just look like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
Knocked down behind the line for the 2nd straight play, bringing up a 3rd and lots of work to do. Got it behind the line. It's Alchuk. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. The Seminoles will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Looks it in at the 40. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
He's not afraid to go deep. Finds a spot down the gut of the knee. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
He wants it all. Throw to the end zone, picked off. Looking for more room. to flip the field position with the return.
When you get in the red zone, you can see as a defense, you get into your drops really quickly and you get your eyes on the quarterback. And you try to read his eyes and break on the football. It's such tight windows to throw in. Great job by the defender breaking on the ball, creating the interception.
Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I...
Hits the afterburners. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Knowles!
If I'm a play caller nowadays, man, I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
Ready to try the point after. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. OC, quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes that Alabama offense. Pulls and fires complete.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
And he didn't get the pitch off, and he paid the price. Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Looking downfield, it's Simpson. Pulls it in. It's Bernard. And here comes the punt team. Wants to bring it back. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. So we'll see this offense make its way out to start the drive. Leaves it with the running back. Got enough for the first down and wants more. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10. Looking to throw on first down. On target over the middle. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Bringing the heat. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
Man, that's an impressive play. This dude is so dominant. And I'll tell you, we don't have enough time in this broadcast to list off all the great Alabama D-linemen, especially in recent years. That play right there, that reminds me of a guy I played against back in the day, Cornelius Griffin, playing on the inside of Alabama's defensive line. You knew every single time you dropped back, you were going to have that guy in your lap. He was always pushing the pocket, and he was always collapsing it with his speed and athleticism and his first step. That last play right there reminds me of some of these great players we've seen on the Crimson Tide D-line in recent years.
Here they come on 3rd down, and the defense has had no answer so far. He hurls one deep down the left side. And he made the grab with enough for the first down, but not enough room on the sidelines to stay in bounds. It's 4th down. They kick it away on 4th down. Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the punt will bounce out of bounds. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. Looking to throw at Simpson. Gets it to him on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. That's caught. It's Horton. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. Caught near the sticks. It's Horton. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. The quick out. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Second down coming up. Wants to go up top. Grabbed in the middle. It's Horton. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Wants to throw on third. Got it in the middle. It's Bernard. Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains. The Tide with the 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Dropping back, it's Castellanos. Catch in the middle, it's Singleton. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Caught over the middle, it's Pittman. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. What a disappointment. No good. A missed field goal leaves us with a double-digit game still sitting at 10. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've had ourselves a really entertaining first half. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true 3-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball. He is a problem, and I don't think this defense has the solution. Either way, it's time to find out. Back to the best in the biz for the start of this third quarter.
Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the third. And this one will be stopped for no gain. And the Seminoles want to crank the tempo.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
Back to pass, it's Castellanos. Going downfield for the big play. Makes the catch on the left. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Inside. Touchdown, Florida State. Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball and let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
He'll try to tack on one more. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Duke answered the bell away from Durham today with an impressive victory. The Blue Devils knew the challenges awaiting them, and they met them head-on. Generally the mark of a really good team.
finding open areas. Pass to Stinson, still on his feet.
Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. Looking to fire. Going to take a shot at this DB. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers and he couldn't hold on. Back to throw, it's Simpson. Quickly to the tight end. Coming through with that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. He wants to throw it again. Grabbed over the middle. It's Williams. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. New set of downs after the completion. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's Cuevas. He makes the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. So now it's 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. They were really starting to put a drive together. After a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at 42.
And that play is going to drive the offensive coordinator crazy. Remember, in college football now, there's communication between the coordinator and the quarterback with the headsets and the helmet, and you know he was reminding his QB that time, listen, you cannot take a sack here. Remember, we're in field goal range. If nobody's open, throw it away. His QB did not listen to the advice. He takes a terrible sack, and now they're out of field goal range.
They boot it away. Hunt will bounce out of bounds, and they're going to spot it at the 25. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. From the gun, the ground game. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run. And the Noles with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Dropping back, it's Castellanos. Got it in the middle, it's Pittman. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Passing game kept his drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Holds and fires complete to the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Going for the big play. Catch inside the 25. Touchdown Seminoles. And that one will put them up here in the second half.
Man, there was something going on that play between the quarterback and the receiver. They were looking at each other. It was almost like they were smiling. The receiver's out to his right. He saw something he liked. He knew he had the post throw, and it was on. Shows you the speed, puts on the afterburners, accurate throw, and it's a touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they tacked on the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Now they find themselves behind, David. Let's see if they have an answer.
Yep, losing the lead.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
When it's a play-action pass, pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. They'll send the back in motion. Back to throw, it's Simpson. With the catch, it's Williams. He'll work his way up to the 24-yard line before being shoved out of bounds. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose.
Woo. Deep breath, right, man? You fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll signal for and make the fair catch right around midfield. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Here comes the heat. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
Really nice play. When you talk about Alabama and their dominance on defense, especially in recent years, it all starts up front. You have to have disruptors playing on the defensive line, guys that can be versatile and line up at different positions, but create havoc in the backfield, and that's what this guy has been able to do throughout his career.
The Seminoles have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Now he's going to break the pocket. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. He's looking to throw. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Awchuk. They'll mark him out of bounds right at the 45-yard line. The Seminoles will line up to punt it away. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. To the air, it's Simpson. Got a man, it's Horton. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. That's reeled in, it's Bernard. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. The play action fake. Snagged in the middle, it's Bernard. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. The sure hands, it's Bernard. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. Dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Use the play fake, now to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Cuevas. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Downfield. Touchdown Tide. They move on top here in the 4th.
And at this stage of the game in the 4th quarter, big-time players make big plays in big games. What a great job after he secured the catch in the open field, showing off the speed, taking it to the house, and with it, his team now has the lead.
If he makes this one, the lead will be 3, and at least a field goal won't beat you. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. To the air, it's Castellanos. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. The number one job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap. Try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
And the Seminoles trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, he'll throw it. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. He lost it high and deep down the left side. Pulls it in down the sideline. And a potentially touchdown-saving tackle made there after the long completion.
Really nice poise by the quarterback on that throw. He's obviously backed up deep in his own end. He knows he can't take a sack, but all of his focus is downfield on coverage. He finds the matchup he wanted, and it's an explosive play for the offense through the air.
The Noles can really attack on this second and short. Now the play fake. Throws to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's McCoy. Touchdown, Noles! They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And I love this team's belief in their self. I love the way they responded. Listen, you're playing against a ranked team, a perceived better team. You get down early, but you don't quit, Jesse. You keep fighting, and they took the lead in this football game. You talk about heart and belief, they got it.
You're absolutely right, Dave, and that's one of the things this coaching staff is always harping on this team about. You play until there's zeros on the clock. You keep fighting. It doesn't matter how much you get down by. You play the next play, and they...
The extra point is blocked. He's got it, and he can go with it. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to... Oh, he's got some space. The 10. Touchdown, Bama. And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his second touchdown of the game.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he made the extra point without problem. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Boston College is on top, but it's not like Matt Ryan or Doug Flutie are playing quarterback today, which is why they can't pull away. They're up by 7 over Stanford. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Takes the handoff. It's Singleton. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to throw. It's Castellanos. Fires to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down mark. the shotgun on third down. Finds a man in the middle. Knocked down immediately, but a big gain down to the 45.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Going to swing it on second down. Fires to the big fella. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29. Second down, they'll go to the air. With the catch, it's Singleton. Turning it on! And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. Motion from the wide receiver. From the red zone, looking for a space. Lets it fly. He's going for the goal line. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. Trying to pound their way in. And they get nothing. The ball remains at the 2-yard line. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. Tries again to get it in. Touchdown, Florida State. And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the fourth quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
Needs this one to push the lead to a field goal. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Adams. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. Here comes that Alabama offense. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. Now on first down from the 30. To the air, it's Simpson. Caught, close to the marker, it's Cuevas. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. To the air on first down. Missed his receiver there, it's incomplete. They're dealing with a second and long. Looking to fire. Finds his man, it's Horton. Almost got it to midfield on that one. He's out of bounds, a yard short at the 49. Looking to throw again. Rushes on him. He's going to let it go. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. This offense just gets a bolt of energy when they get a play like that. Now they're in the red zone, first and 10 from the 20. Makes the grab. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. Alabama comes to the line on third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires into the end zone. Almost intercepted, and that might have been the ball game if he had held on. Instead, it's fourth down. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot.
That is a massive kick late here in the game to tie it up. And now, can your defense defense do their job and at minimum hold them scoreless here to put this thing into OT, or even better, can they get you the football back and give you an opportunity to win the game?
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. To throw, it's Castellanos. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Under fire. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. Got to get to the line quickly for this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. Throws for the tight end. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down. And the Seminoles will punt it away on 4th down. He will signal for the fair catch and take it just inside the 35. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Looking downfield on 1st down. Right down the middle. Right on the money. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line. So that big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll give it to the back. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. To the ground with the back. Breaks into the open. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Finds the tight end. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. So here comes the field goal unit. They've been doing work today. They've already made a couple. And this one to put them on top, and it is getting late. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And now they take the lead. As disappointing as this is, everything's still in front of this team. I mean, think back to 1983 Miami. Got blown out in the opener but won the national championship.
You're absolutely right, Reese. Lots to play for here. And there's no doubt when you watch this team, they've got the talent to get it done. They got to execute better. They got to iron out some of these mistakes we saw here on the field today. But I think if this is a team, if they stay healthy throughout the course of the year, David, they've got a lot to play for this season.
Goodness gracious, I guess I'm the only one that caught the 1983 reference. I know you two guys were alive. I wasn't even alive yet. Good Lord, you guys are old. Like, this is a long time ago. Can you use a little better reference there, Reese Davis?
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.